Should you or shouldn't you discuss your sexual history with your partner, your past sexual escapades, and in particular, your number? That's the question that I get asked so often by people. Should you or shouldn't you share your number with people, with potential partners or with current partners, where they ask? I'm going to give you my take on it. First of all, in terms of your sexual history, the only thing that is important to share are any sexually transmitted infections that you have currently. I'm not saying that you had chlamydia when you were, 10 years ago and it got treated, unless that was traumatizing for you and, it affects your life today. But otherwise, unless if it's a chronic sexually transmitted infection like herpes or even HPV or HIV or hepatitis, then you do want to tell your partner. And there is an art to telling your partner. Ideally, the sooner the better, right? But basically what you want to do is, as soon as you know you're going to get sexual with them, as soon as you know you're attracted to them, you say that. So maybe you've made out, or that there's some attraction there, you've gone on your second, third date, you say, listen, I just, want you to know that my policy is that when I'm dating someone and I'm, really attracted to them, and I would put you in that category, I think it's important to talk about our sexual histories, in particular, any sexually transmitted infections. So I'm happy to share mine with you, but I'm wondering, if you'd be willing to share yours with me. Boom. Then you tell them, well, I have this condition or this infection or whatever it is. This is how I'm managing it. This is how it's kept under control. This is what we need to pay attention for, because you're doing a couple of things. One, you're not getting your heart too far in. I think with none of these things that I mentioned, is it something to be ashamed of. But, you're also not getting your heart too invested if someone's going to react negatively to that. That's their problem. Screw them if they do. But at least you will know sooner rather than later if they aren't someone that you want to invest your time in, and you'll know that before you get attached. But you're also now getting ahead of it, so there isn't any miscommunication, and you're sharing it with them in a very empowered way, how you're managing it, how you're managing the symptoms, how you're managing the risk of transmission, and you're both understanding where you're coming from. Okay, I mention that here only because I think it is related to the number and the history. So from that standpoint, obviously, you want to share your history with a potential partner or a partner in general. I do not think it is necessary to share your number. The number is irrelevant. And by the way, most people lie. But, let's just face it, whether we like it or not, a lot of guys will up their number and a lot of women will lower their number. Do not worry about the number. And quite frankly, I do not think it is a good idea to share the details of your past sexual escapades with your partner, because like it or not, those are images that are really hard to get out of your mind. So you told them about this amazing sexual experience or this wild sexual experience or whatever it was that you had with this past partner. And then when they're having sex with you, that's what they're thinking about, or they're fearful you're comparing them, or they're, they just can't. Those images are really hard to get out of your mind, and they serve no purpose. If it would enhance your relationship or your intimacy or your sexual connection, then it's worth sharing. So in those things in your past, maybe if you had sexual trauma or, sexual abuse or a sexual experience that was traumatic, you want to share that with your current partner. And you want that because that's part of the fiber of who you are as a sexual person. If you discovered something that you loved, that was unexpected, past sexual partner, you want to share that. You don't have to say, oh, when I was doing XYZ with so-and-so in, 2017, it was amazing, and I want to do that with you. You don't have to give them all the details. But you can share things from your past, which you have found really arousing, really exciting, or really repelling. Those things are helpful to share. But the number and the details of your past sexual life, I say don't share. You let me know what you think, though. I am always here for you, giving you my best advice from my over 30 years of experience, helping people like you learn to love and be loved better. which is what I'm here for.